Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are here, we are here, we are here. And let me give this disclaimer. I have my fair use banner at the bottom of the screen, but I'm not going to be using any video clips for this video tonight. But also, I want to give fair warning. This video will have spoilers. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. So if you have not watched the latest episode of Ahsoka, please start heading to them doors that have the exit sign above them. If you are piloting the plane, please watch them people out on the tarmac because they will direct you to the nearest gate so you can let everybody get off the plane who does not want to be spoiled, because we will be talking spoilers here tonight. So first and foremost, now if you watched the last video when we had our chit chat before the episode started, I told you they was going to be catfishing. And I was right. I was completely, totally right. They were just teasing. That episode may be coming up, but it's like when the Lord's coming back. No one knows who or when. It's just going to be in the dark of the night by the speed of light. And didn't I say in the last video that if it's a short episode, it's not going to be much. Now, I'm not saying that this episode wasn't enough. It was definitely enough because it's setting up what's going to happen in episode 4, which I can't wait to see. But right now, we're going to discuss this episode 3 here. So, as we see Sabine Wren, I'm up here getting all tongue-tied because I'm just so excited about it. Sabine Wren, probably didn't say it right then. I'm just too excited. But she is struggling. We see she is struggling to become a better Jedi, to learn how to hone, how to use her talents in the Force, and she's struggling. So Ahsoka, being the talented and wise mentor that she is, she's working with her. She's telling her you have to be able to feel using that Force. It's around you. It's around you. For all you people that love Star Wars, you know how it is. The Force is everything. It's every little human living thing. Even the living thing in the background, my little kitty who is crying in the background because I'm over here doing a live video instead of petting him. But anyway, we see her struggle. And we see Ahsoka continue to work with her. Now, Hera. Now, people who are familiar with the character Hera from Rebels, she's also in this too. And now, Kanan Jarrus, who was another survivor of Order 66, before in the last season of Rebels, him and Hera were romantically involved, and they had a child that is Force sensitive. So we did see that child. And it was kind of spoiled some weeks ago with a Lego set that came out, and they had the son. So they kind of knew that was coming. We kind of were aware of that. But she goes to the console, and they're kind of having like a hologram meeting and stuff like that, like you normally see in Star Wars. And they're saying, well, no, there's no more threats. It's over. There's no more wars. You just want to continue to search for Ezra, because she goes to them for some help to get them to understand that there is a threat coming out there. Thrawn is trying to return. We have seen this. If you saw the last episode, they are seeing that all these entities are coming out. All these dark users are coming out because they are preparing for the return of Thrawn, which don't know. Because if you read any comic books or books on Thrawn, on how he is and stuff like that, it's going to be weird, because I think he or either Bale and Skull are just going to end up being like the anti-hero of this show. But they're just like, no, we're not going to give you any support in doing any of that junk at all. Girl, bye. So she contacts Ahsoka and Sabine, and they're already on their way to where they think Shinhati, Bale and Skull, and Morgan Ellsworth are. Morgan, she is that what they call a night sister. And if for all those people who watch Star Wars, you know what a night sister is. Now, my beef with this is, and this is it right here. She is the type of night sister that I think they've more or less used in the video games, because the night sisters that I'm used to seeing are the ones that they have used in the Clone Wars. So they kind of are on the line of they don't look humanoid. You get what I'm saying? They don't look like they're humans. They look like they're some other species that's possibly mixed with human, but they're not necessarily humanoid creatures. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, the Night Sisters are associated with the Zabraks, which is what Darth Maul is. So, kind of have a beef with that, but I kind of can understand why they did that, because they're also trying to mix the lore of a lot of the Star Wars games too into all this. So basically the council says, no, we're not going to help you. So they're out there and they're on their way. And once they get out, they're in space and they follow the map that they had in the last episode that Sabrine had, but that's when she got injured in the last episode. Just like I said, I'm talking all sorts of spoilers to kind of wrap it up. So, but she remembered, so they were able to kind of gauge and see, well, this is where they're going. So there's a space battle, space battle. And it was great because at the end of that not at the end, but kind of at the end of that space battle, because they're having trouble maneuvering and they're kind of getting outgunned in a way to give some time so that way they don't completely die. Ahsoka, she puts on a spacesuit and she goes out on the wing of their spaceship. And while they're up there shooting at her, she's up there using the lightsaber to hit back at them as they're shooting, turning around the air, doing what Ahsoka does. I was loving it. I was there for all of it. I was loving it. So it was great. And she was able to knock out a couple of the starfighters that they had sent after them because they were anticipating them coming to where they were at. And another thing I found interesting was, so after that space battle is over, they're able to land in this forest and they shut down their equipment, they shut down the ship, so that way their radars can't pick up any type of movement or activity. So they don't, they're just like, we don't find anything because they're scanning with their systems and it's like, we don't see anything, right? So after Ahsoka senses they've passed by, she's like, now we have a moment. And then we get a shot of Balin's skull. And he's just like, they're in the forest. You need to go out there and talk to these people. Well, not talk to them. I ain't going to be too much talking once they get out there. We know that there's going to be fighting. But my question is this. Shinhati should have been able to sense through the force that they were down in the forest. Why did she just be like, oh, we can't find them? So I question really how strong she is in the force if she didn't sense they were down in the forest. Now, the other character that we know that is some type of old inquisitor, Marak, I don't expect him to be able to sense that, but Shinhati is technically the Padawan of Balin's skull. And she didn't sense that. I got questions about her because how strong is she really in the force? Interesting. And that's where we end off. So, I'm probably skipping some unimportant parts, but that's the basis of it. But this is basically all setting up for this next episode, which I expect to be longer. Because if you've seen any of the TV spots, there's going to be a battle out in that forest. I anticipate that because a lot of the shots that are in the trailer show a fight with Shinhati and Sabine and Ahsoka and Marak, the former Inquisitor. So it shall all be interesting on how they're going to be coming off that ship and how they're going to encounter them out in the forest. So, and another thing that I really enjoy too is that when Ahsoka was working with Sabrine, it was very samurai-like. It was super samurai-like. And whoever is in my bushes, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. This is a whole new thing for me, but I see you down in my bushes there. I appreciate you. So I really like that because it was so samurai-like. And that's the one thing I like the way they are using the character Ahsoka, because she's very patient, and the way she's training her, she is just so samurai-like about it. She's so samurai-like the way she moves and the way she fights. I mean, we really haven't seen Ahsoka get into a really knockdown, drag-out fight with a lightsaber like that yet, because right now she's just very smooth and accurate with the way she works. So, and I mean, it's kind of reminiscent of, if you remember how A New Hope was, and you had that final encounter between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in that hallway. You know, it was kind of like smooth, like if you remember kind of the way Count Dooku moved when he was fighting and stuff like that. He was more elegant and smooth because he's one of those people that feel that a lightsaber is a very elegant weapon to be used in an elegant way, you know, so yeah, but I really enjoyed that too. But I told everybody they was catfishing us. I was just like, that's just too good to be true. And it's too early for them to bring in Anakin Skywalker, even though I would have loved to see it tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. I can wait till next week. It's not no big thing. But I tried to tell y'all. I definitely tried to tell you guys that. I was just like, yeah, I definitely tried to tell folks that, because it was just crazy. I was just like, I don't know if these people are even going to be showing any of that, but we'll see. And gosh darn it, I was right. I mean, I'm talking about it. It's like, really, there wasn't much to really spoil about it, to be honest. Because it was such a short episode. It really was, you know. Not that I know the rest of the Star Wars community is going to lose their marbles because it was a short episode. But it's just like I said before, from what I understand, they were saying that all these episodes are going to be, you know, a good length, at least 40 to 50 minutes. But we're talking about Disney once again. They do what they do. They do what they do. They do what they do. Period. That's what they do. So it's not a big shocker to me that they would make this a short one, because the next one is probably going to be, I'm expecting to be extremely great. So I'm very excited about seeing it. I really can't wait to see it. But all in all, it was a short episode. It was a short episode, you know. But I knew they was catfishing us. I knew it. They put out all them spots with Anakin Skywalker, his voice here, his voice there, had everybody tuning in thinking they was going to see Anakin Skywalker. I have not even gotten out into the Star Wars community to see what they have to say, because I already know, because I know a lot of the content creators that I do follow for Star Wars, I know they got issues with this. I just know they do, but it's okay. I completely understand their frustration, but also I understand with Disney, you just got to take what you get. You know, you got to, except for when it comes to that last sequel trilogy. That was just horrible. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That was just bad. Bad, bad, bad. The only redemption we got for that sequel trilogy is The Mandalorian, and that's on the love. That's on the damn love. But I did drop the link for the one person who's in my chat who wants to come up and say anything. Otherwise, I'm going to get off here and watch some of these other reviews and whatnot. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of channels out there that are going to have more Easter eggs and stuff like that for people who like the videos with Easter eggs and stuff like that. I love those videos because it brings out even more. And that's what I said in my chit chat video. It's just so many ways that you can talk about Star Wars and theories and stuff like that. It's just wonderful. Star Wars is the gift that keeps on giving. I wish Disney could understand that, but hey, common sense is a flower that does not grow in everybody's garden. It just doesn't. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and make this short and sweet because just like I said, I'm just getting out here now. I'm just putting my little pinky toe in the water here doing this, but I'm enjoying it. So at this point, unless I hear any major developments from any sources about episode 4 coming up, will I come on and be talking about Star Wars? There'll be other content that I will be dealing with, such as Jocelyn's Cabaret. I still have to review this last episode for that. And I need to get on doing the Mint too. So for people who don't watch Star Wars, I'm sure you probably aren't watching Jocelyn's Cabaret or the Mint on TV. But I will be discussing that as well. But with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and get up on out of here. I want everybody to enjoy their night. Please be safe. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That let YouTube know that if you are watching this, that you liked it. Keep me in the algorithm. That's all I'm asking. But anyway, I'm out. It's been great, and be safe out there.